Welcome back everybody, I am Headwound and this is In Game with Minecraft Solitary Asylum. This is episode number 14 and this is actually the second time that I've actually started this video because the first time when I got into this view I noticed that my TNT, you see the little symbol for the TNT thing over there? Well, this guy was actually on fire. I have no idea what happened or how it happened or whatever, but it was on fire, so I had to quickly stop the video. I ended up actually accidentally quitting out of my Minecraft session, and I was frantic trying to get back in, trying to get everything back together. So, the latest that we have now is that we have increased our solar capability up to that's 10, 12. So that's 12 EUs per tick of free energy, and it takes a long time, guys. It takes a long time. I had to put um, redstone in the centrifuge, and it gives us the silicon cells, and it takes 2 silicon cells in the industrial blast furnace in order to produce 1 silicon plate, and then you put both you put them let's see, you put the silicon plate into your assembly. Well, anyways, yeah, I have a computer that's already set up for the recipe for the solar, so yeah, it does it automatically, except for doing the industrial blast furnace and all that stuff. So this guy right here, this is one of the things that we've been working on, which is basically trying to get this propolis, and we have gotten a lot of it. But what this is good for, guys, is let's see. I don't need that. Let me go ahead and put this some stuff away. Okay, so here, when you put it around a diamond transport pipe, it gives you an APRS pipe, and the APRS pipe now shush. Oh, and that's another thing I probably have to show you. Actually, I'll show you real quickly here. So we have melee turtles, and this is what I talked about doing before, and it works out great. Monsters come down, melee turtles whack them, and then when their inventory is full, they'll turn around and they'll shove everything into a chest back here. So, and they'll kill anything that comes down here. As you saw, it killed a zombie a second ago. It killed um, 2 spiders, and it killed why can't I the blue things? Why can't I remember it? I don't care. Anyway, so it automatically kills it. We did have an issue with the recipe in that it was not working correctly. We would build the turtle, we would put the diamond sword next to the turtle, and then when it showed the melee turtle on the right, when we grab it and put it in our inventory, it would immediately turn back into a turtle and not be a melee turtle. So we did that, and we ended up losing 4 diamond swords, which I thought was real crappy. So I went ahead and went into cheat mode, and I brought in the 4 melee turtles. Now I talked to Heyorki, or actually I messaged them. They didn't say that it was not allowed to do that. They said that as from what I recall from the message, nothing is, if it shows up in NEI, it's allowed. Unless a Greg Tech recipe takes over for it. For example, like if I was trying to do the mass fabricator. Well, Greg Tech actually, if I click on there, it does nothing. But Greg Tech has the matter fabricator. So this is their version of the mass whatever. So that's why I couldn't figure it out last time. So this is so far, this is the beginning or actually this is not the beginning. When I was out in San Francisco this week and I wasn't able to do recordings, I was on my laptop. My laptop is dog slow when it comes to this map because there's so much going on, especially with all the machines and everything that I built and all the chunks that need to keep updated. Needless to say, there was no way that I was going to be able to do a recording. So this is effectively where I've gotten so far. I took my forest and my meadows bees and I put them into separate uh, areas, and I was able, and see here, these are my forest and my meadows, and I was able to produce some offspring which were pretty pure. These are pure. These are not mixed. They're stacking really nicely. Then I started. I got them to produce some commons, and then I tried to crossbreed the meadows and the forest, and I was able to get some cultivated. So I put the cultivated over here in these two, and I've started to get some like this. Here, these are all stacking now. So I'm pretty sure that these are the purebred ones. So I'm just going to take these out. I'm going to throw those in there, and I'll throw these in here. So now it looks like we pretty much got infected. You know what we'll do is we'll use our bee analyzer, and we'll take a look. And I'm not actually sure where it actually shows. I mean, as far as I know, they're not showing as hybrids, so that's great. Over here, I've got the commons and the common drones, and these are all stacking. They might have some other ones over here. Yeah, see these. Actually, I could probably analyze these real quick just to see. Yeah, see, it doesn't look like they have any mutations. So I'm seeing these are probably pretty common. Let me go ahead and sleep for a second so we can have these bees keep processing and keep going. Okay, so now the setup that I have here, and this was Matt, Matt in 2000, um, helped a lot. I looked at his videos and he had some great help. Also, I just started looking through YouTube for everything that I could find that was about bee automation. And this was a setup that I ended up really liking. And I liked the way that it was compact, and I liked that I could put two chests in the middle. So this is what I ended up doing. This was as compact as I could. Well, I could probably put them. Well, no, because I didn't want them to touch pipes. So this was as close as I can get as far as compact decks. Now, you know what? I could probably upgrade my chests. In fact, let me see. I didn't actually check to see if they do. Yes, they do have golden chests, and they have diamond chests, and they have crystal. I love crystal chests. Love crystal chests. They're awesome. So, basically, what this does, you put the a princess in there. You put a drone of this same breed, and then down below, there's an apiarist pipe. Now, the apiarist pipe is basically this. It was the diamond pipe surrounded by two pieces of propolis. Before I could even create those, I had to go through and manually move all these bees around. And then, they drop honeycomb. And all you do is you take the honeycomb and you put it into a centrifuge. I need to drop them into the top. I have so much of this stuff. And then you add some power. Ooh, I've got to turn off my engines. And then it will spin them around, and then you get beeswax and you get honey drops. Now, there's two separate things that you can actually do with honey drops that are going to benefit you. One is to make honeyed slices. This, with 4 of these, you can buy other bee breeds through the trade systems that they have set up in Solitary Asylum. The other thing you can do is you can take these honey drops, and that's what you saw me doing when I first started this episode, was we put them into a brand new squeezer that I made over here that was attached to our MJ Power, and all it does is just squeeze, and it produces propolis. So I can now take my propolis, surround it around two pieces of pipe, two pieces of two diamond pipes, and that gives me the apiarist pipe. Now we did need it right here. These are actually um, these are marshy princesses and marshy drones, and this is from I went and bought some more bee breeds and put them in here. Now the marshy require no sun. They require mushrooms, and mushrooms require that they be bred in the dark. Now I was pretty much done with this little chamber over here that has all the ores and the ore bushes, and I don't need this, the item exchanger. So I put all of my mushrooms in there and just blocked it off a little bit with some dirt, and then I just put these apiaries in here and then put them in there. Now the only thing I need to do to complete this automation is put my apiary pipe down here and right here, and these are going to be set up differently. The green is going to be anything, and then the yellow is where we're going to put the bees back in there. So we need to basically change yellow to any bees, and then it will go back. So now this one, it's the opposite. I need to put anything that is not a bee into the chest, and anything that is a bee back into the apiary. Now I haven't started the engines yet, but I did get everything set up, so all I have to do is just throw this on the wall right there. And now, whenever a bee or some other item, and you're seeing how it's pulling it right through, and this one should, oh, why the heck, oh, actually, oh well, that's fine. There you go. So they're going to both pull everything in there, and they're going to put everything into the mossy combs into here. And so we can start, collecting different types of combs and start the bee breeding process. So I've got Marshy. Was that Marshy? Yeah, that was Marshy. I've got Forest and Forest. I've got extra Forest and extra Meadow princesses and drones stuck in page 2 of my Apiaris chest. And this is really great because it holds more than a regular chest, and it holds specifically bees, which is very cool. I've also got modest princesses. I don't know what happened to the drones though. I had them and then they disappeared. I also have wintry princesses and wintry drones, and then I have a meadow princess over here, and I don't know why I have that one over there and not on page 4, but in fact I think what I'm going to do is move this one back over here. Oh, that's probably where it was, because they each, when you buy a hive from the item trader, it gives you 2 princesses and 2 drones so that you can, fill up whatever you need. So now over here, and you see with the Marshy, you need the. I've already explained that. Don't need to explain it again, actually. But this one. Oops. They did stack right on. All right. So these are tropical princesses and tropical drones, and you can see how now I have to, stack them myself, and they create silk. But one of the requirements is that they have to have sun, but they have to have vines around them. So I went ahead and created 2, giant jungle trees and covered them with vines, and now they're all happy. But this one has yet been set. It has not been set up with the automation. So I'm going to create 2 brand new diamond pipes and put the propolis around there so I can have 2 new apiary pipes. So let's see, diamond pipes, I believe. Actually, let me change the screen size just a little bit. There it goes. Just weird sometimes that when I set it for 1280 by 720, it won't actually show me the NEI search console. So I have to reduce uh, the height, just a fraction, just a tiniest bit, like 2 pixels, and then it will now show up. Okay, so there is our diamond pipe, and I'm going to go ahead and just switch these guys out, put 2 pieces there. That gives us one, and now we need another piece of propolis. There we go. That's enough for 2 more pipes, and we might, you know, look into doing some more, but right now I'm just going to put it into my inventory and disappear all those guys. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and, oh, it's not time yet. Oh, that's right. I found out that the sun, when it's just about right here, that's when I can sleep. I can also keep track because of the bees flying around, when it's nighttime and when it's ready to get going. So let's see. Got to find a good position. Now, okay, it just happened. This is a side effect of the process, the bee breeding process of the tropical bees, is that they will poison you. So now what we're going to do now, what color is that? That's green. So we're going to set the pipe. Come on. Let me target the pipe. Thank you very much. There it goes. Wait a minute. Why is it not targeting it? Oh, probably because I already had one. Okay, so green is going to be anything. Yellow is going to be any bees. Then we go over to this one. Throw the pipe underneath there. And you notice the one thing about poisoning is it will never, unless you are down totally on health, it will never get past half a heart. So I really don't care if it poisons me or whatever. Any bees, and then yellow is going to be anything else. So this should have, oh, that's right. I put down the redstone torches over on the side so that I would have them when I actually need them. There we go. And now it should, yep, there it goes. And there it goes. And we'll see what kind. So they produce silky combs, and these are the tropical bees. Now, let's see, it should be just about, yeah, there we go. Okay, and let me eat something so when I'm not, hurting from this, it will actually start to heal me. Okay, so now, what else? Oh, these guys, these proven frames. So the proven frames are actually given to you as an exchange for beeswax. So I have no idea really what real use beeswax can actually be used for. Be used for. Haha, haha. So I didn't really do anything. I just kept on accumulating. I had a whole bunch of them, and just didn't know what to do. And then I remembered that there is actually a side room over here that we opened up in a prior episode that had an item exchanger. And so, there you go. And these are the frames that I need in my bee breeding in order to make the process faster and, everything. So, and also guys, I don't know if I had actually done this last time, but when we had opened up this area, there was something that I missed, which is this. And forgive me if I'm actually repeating this, but this is just a tower. There's nothing actually up here. It was just a cool view, and you can kind of see my whole area. You can see my, my tree farm. You can see my, other farms. You can see my bee breeding over there. And then, of course, my my strange half-cut silver wood tree, which I think actually looks pretty awesome. And then we've got some areas over here. I'm trying to see. Oh, this is the area that we actually came in. So we've already seen that area. And I went ahead. I flew up because there were um, creepers and different things spawning on this and skeletons, and they were sniping me and falling down on me and blowing me up. And yeah, I mean, originally I think I was like level 52 this morning, and then I was over in this area and I was looking through the different this is swampland, and I was looking for desert, and I couldn't find it, so I would come over here trying to search for it, and all of a sudden I hear this tss, and I try to run in a direction I think is the opposite way of the creeper, and I ran right into the creeper and he exploded me good. So but I know that I can see desert. Desert is right there. Desert is right there. So I don't know how we're going to breed the desert bees, because desert bees was, uh, yeah, desert hive, jungle hives. We were able to do snow, which is the wintry. Can't do that because there's no snow. There's no, not, can't do that. So back over to this area. Oh, come on, get through the door. Yeah, I like this. I don't have to worry about that stuff. I collect my own experience and whatever, whatnot. Okay, so let's see. How are these guys doing? Looks like they are breeding just fine. They're probably waiting for... Yeah, they only have daytime breeding, so go ahead and sleep. I am so glad to finally have this automation with the apiary pipes. For so long, I thought that I'd have to get to stringy combs on my own before I can get to propolis. And then I was watching somebody else's bee video, and they brought up something on the screen, and it showed honey, or he mentioned honey, the person. So I looked up honey, and it showed that honey drops in the squeezer would produce the propolis. It only had a 5% chance, but I was like, oh my god, I have like 300 honey drops. Yeah, doing it. So I was able to do that, and finally I got my automation up and been running automation just for a little while. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update. I am going to crossbreed these now. I think now that I've got a good chunk of these um, similar breeds, and we've got some here, I think what we're going to start doing is start keeping track of which ones I've um, matched to each other and try to get the other combs. Although I do need to take a look. I'm going to fly over there rather than, walking through all this stuff. I need to know... Oh, that's not it. I need to write this down. We need the honeycombs. I have all that. Yeah, that's way beyond being done. I need the dripping cones, the stringy combs, the parched, and the silk. So I'll have to find out, what bee breeds actually produce those, and then, go through the process of getting that done. I also need to prepare for, this stuff, like the royal jellies and ice shards and honeyed slices, which I think are there, and we just, yeah, this is ridiculous. This is like the easiest thing in the world. It's already been done. I don't need to do it. The pollen, I'm not sure actually where that's going to come from. I'm going to have to look that up and figure out where that goes, or how that's done. But guys, when we come back, we should have a little bit more progress on our bee breeding, and I'll probably have a whole, two or four or 10 more of those apiaries, um, and we'll just, go from there. All right, see you in a minute. And we're back with a little bit of an update. So we bred our common with our cultivated, and we've got diligent. Not only that, we were able to get two of them going with a pure strain of sorts. And here we go again. As you can see him coming out here. And again, we got another diligent. So we've got basically a pure strain of diligent. We've also were able to get a pure strain of noble, but on this side we're having a little bit of an issue converting this common noble into just a pure noble. So I've been working on that, and 1 second, I'll be back. And we're back. So had a little bit of an interruption. Our common queen, which is a common noble hybrid, even when I put the noble purebred drone in there, she's still turning into a common queen. So I'm not sure how to actually get her converted. I'm going to test this one real quick. Yeah, see, this one is awesome. Short life, slower worker. I thought I had a faster worker drone. Let me see if I can find another faster worker. Oops. Okay. Let's see. Faster worker. Shortest life. Well, I can stick a shortest life in there. That will help with things. Um, Other than that, oh yeah, you know what? I haven't done an update on the actual goal of trying to get all the liquid ores done. And basically what I've been doing is alternating. When it's daytime, I'm doing bees. When it's doing nighttime, I am doing the ores, and I'll try to do them quickly. So here's the obsidian. It's about a little bit more than 1/3 through it. Gold is more done, almost half. Tin is even more. Tin is almost half, or getting pretty close. Copper is getting up there, and iron's getting up there. So we've got almost half everything. And I know that I have a lot of stuff. Like I know I have a ton of copper that's still processing through. And the reason for that is that the lava is not reaching this efficiently. It's still trying to fill up the other three reservoirs. So once it gets those filled, it will fill up that one and it will be good. Alright guys, and we are back. Unfortunately, in this last bit of recording that we did, we forgot to put our microphone down, and it was up on the top of our head and you couldn't hear any audio, so I'm just doing an audio overlay. Basically, at this point, we were explaining how we had satisfied all of our comb requirements except for the, I think it was the parched. Yeah, I think it was the parched comb that we were still missing too. And the way I figured out what to do was I basically said, okay, I can't find a desert environment in order to put our modest bees down so that we can, you know, get those going. And I also did not have the necessary resources for an alveary and heaters. So what I did was I went ahead and created a honey farm and put those through the centrifuge, and those got us our honey drops, which we then put around our bread, and then we were able to buy the actual modest bees. And you had a chance when buying the modest bees to get enough, or to get a drop of a comb. So we were able to satisfy the 64 parched comb by doing that method. And so right now we are derping. we're doing what we do normally, so we're just labeling and showing that we've gotten all of these different versions of the comb, and we put it in the wrong chest. Of course, that's not unusual for us, so in a second we'll take that out and put it in the right chest, and then we'll have to wait for that key to appear. Now, since the time of this video, I've had some time to research the next requirements, and the ice shards are probably going to be the most difficult, um, because it does basically, if you want those, unless you have a ton of honeycombs in order to buy um, the ice bees. Oh, wait, before we get on to that, here's a new area. Welcome to the Solitary Asylum Mall. Please use below ATM for currency exchange. And it's 1 diamond for 64 credits. That's what it gives you. And both sides are the same, as you can see here. 1 diamond, 64 credits. And then these are the machines, or some of the machines, where you can actually exchange currency for specific needed items. Now, the electronic circuits, we can do those with no problem. We don't need those. Carbon plates, on the other hand, those are pretty expensive to make, so that's cool to have. The empty cells, I can make a ton of those. The advanced alloy, yes, definitely those two are good. I mean, that one and the carbon plates are good. Now let's see what we have in this room. Advanced circuits, those are expensive, and that might be a good way to go. The silicon plates, definitely. These are absolutely 100% worth the 6 credits for that. Absolutely. Because you got to remember, it requires 10 redstone. Actually, it requires even more than that. But the mercury cells, titanium dust, neutron reflector, I have no idea what that is. Lapotron crystals, and those are pretty... Oh! Break glass in case of insanity. Well, at this point, with the bees, we haven't gone completely insane yet, but I think we're getting very close. And I don't want to, kill myself and lose all my items, so I think we're just gonna eat and just move on. So there we go. Now there's one more room we haven't gone to, and there's some more currency exchange units. Beryllium cell, chrome ingot, tungsten dust. Yeah, I haven't seen some of these. Data storage circuit. I don't know. Energy flow control. I think those are for the matter fabricator, which is what we want to also do. And the superconductor and the Lapotron energy core. Those are all very useful. And it didn't give us a key, but it did give us all our cones back, which we're going to go ahead and centrifuge through and see what we can get out of. I also want to see, I need to make sure that we're not wasting them on centrifuge, and also doing, we'll do the squeezer. Anyways, guys, if you like any part of this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like always, we'll see you next time.